Wait, how does your podcast work? You get paid?
Hold on, stop this.
Oh.
Isn't this supposed to be the other way?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready?
right,
No,
you
they
said it.
rolling. This is all. This is good.
Okay, Hotline 7 in the morning. This is your boy N.O.R.E. Everybody make some noise.
Yeah. We're making noise.
N.O.R.E.
N.O.R.E. in the morning.
This is N.O.R.E. in the morning right now. We got Ebro in the morning.
Yeah.
My girl Laura Styles. We got Peter Rosenberg in here. What's going down? How are you fellas and women doing
Thank
today?
you. I'm
Yeah,
doing
well.
just fine.
Let me point something out immediately. I could immediately tell you guys got style. I go to other places and they don't have Beats by Dre headphones. Let's make some noise for y'all having the official Beats by Dre headphones.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Let's also
shout out to
make-
Beats by Dre and Apple Music.
Let's also make it be known that Ebro has Fendi headphones and he let me hold those down. God damn it.
Very true.
God damn
Fendi
it.
Beats by Dre. Shout out to
Very
Beats by
true.
Dre and
I've
Fendi.
never seen those. I've seen the MGM ones.
Got them, the MCM.
MCM.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know
Close
about
enough.
if you've ever done N.O.R.E.'s show before, but N.O.R.E. messes up a lot of letters. Don't
He's
he?
supposed to. He's a rapper.
I'm
He's a
dyslexic.
rapper.
He's
You know what I'm saying?
dyslexic.
Definitely. So Rosenberg, what's going on? Let me just get straight to you.
Okay,
right?
please.
Honestly, Ron Epstein was probably the first podcast ever.
Yeah.
Hip hop podcast.
Hip hop. No, I mean that
In N.O.R.E.'s life, that's ever. That's
yeah,
ever.
it's ever in my life. Do you feel like people are biting,
Oh, go on.
or do you are you like you cool with it, or do you feel like people are biting?
You know, N.O.R.E., that's a good question, and I'm glad you have me in here to ask.
Yes, yes.
I've had times when obviously listen, the podcast world is blown up, so people should do podcasts. Great. Biting, no. Sometimes there were people who didn't give proper respect. Shout out Combat Jack, always gave respect, always always called us the first one ever and knew what time it was, and I appreciate that. He works very hard, turned into a nice business. No, I don't think people are biting. I think they need to pay homage and respect. Because let me tell you, what I'm not going to be.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to be one of these rappers who was out in the late 70s sitting around making no money while these cats are all pretending to be Future but getting rich. Our Pop Juanep's still alive and getting this cash.
Juanep's still alive. I like, come on. Yo, your bass in your voice is going up. Go up, Rosenberg. That's what I'm talking about.
You see the jacket. You know what time it is. We're here. We're here. So no, I'm not. I like that there's a whole genre of hip hop podcasts. It's cool, man.
But do you feel like you're the godfather of podcasts? I think you should.
I believe Syph and I are the godfathers of it.
Make some noise for them being the godfather of fucking podcast.
We make a lot of noise on this N.O.R.E. in the morning.
And not only
He
that,
needs a bell.
while we on noise,
Okay.
wasn't you noise makers? Wasn't you doing that first?
Yo,
as
why
well?
is he coming with
The
the
controversy.
So wait a minute. Noisemakers was a live podcast conversation.
Wait, that's what it was.
But no, it wasn't a
live
podcast.
podcast?
It was a live conversation.
It was a live
like
conversation.
A podcast.
So the first one of the first ones I went to, I think it was Raekwon.
Yeah, it was big.
Oh, you had Raekwon?
He had
talk. Big
Raekwon,
talk.
and then he had, I want to say there was a live band,
Yes, we did.
yeah, and a DJ.
Yes.
And so you would have a conversation with Raekwon at Noisemaker.
And Diddy, Q-Tip.
And Diddy and Q-Tip, and
I
even Nas.
I seen the
Nas,
Q-Tip
yes.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Nas at South by Southwest.
Nas at South by
What are you talking about when I was at South by Southwest before hip hop was even at
I
South
like
by
when
Southwest?
Rosenberg is hype, man. Stay
Yo,
hype,
get it
Rosenberg. Yo, you
Make
know
some
what?
noise, make some
Rosenberg,
noise.
listen, let me tell you something. You've been humble for too long, man. Throw the humble pie away. And right now, we're going to get the cockiness. You know what I'm saying? It's going down.
I don't want to replace the humble pie with cock. If that's what we're doing, I don't want to do it.
No.
Okay.
Cockiness.
Okay.
You got to be, what's the opposite of humble? What is that? Arrogant?
Arrogant, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to get the arrogant pie.
Yes, Noisemakers was a very early thing. That was cool, but I gave up on it because it didn't. I was trying to get it on TV, and when I failed to get it on TV, I was like, I got enough shit going on. I couldn't spend the time to do it.
He was also MTV heavy as well.
I was on MTV2, yes.
Game show host.
MTV at Jace.
Game show.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and I hosted other things for them too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You did? What else?
Yeah, I did I did this stupid weekly newsy show.
Did you just call it stupid, though?
It was. I mean, it wasn't like something you're super proud of and you show people, but it was a thing where I got paid nicely for it. And they did no, but I mean, you got to remember, Ebro was on MTV first.
Yeah.
Ebro was up there many years ago.
No, well, I mean, the
You
way
did
it really
you
went
did Sucker
was,
Free? Is that what you
I
did?
did Sucker Free first.
Did you do it before Syph or after?
You didn't steal his job then too, did you?
No, I think it was before Syph. I think it was before Syph.
I think it was too.
I think it was
Or
because it
almost
was
the same
right
time.
after Clue. I was right after Clue was on.
Yo, they just would come in here and grab an if you worked here.
Which Clue was after Flex.
Well, Flex did he did the dance show.
Yeah.
What was the beach jams?
Forget it.
No, not the grind.
The grind. No, he didn't do the grind. It was Grind to Jay's. He was at the beach. I know he was out at Jersey Shore.
Was it like spring break?
Yeah, it might have been spring break.
Well, listen, man, we all ran through MTV at some point, man. Big up.
Why do you treat it like a nasty chick who no one wanted to be with?
You said it. I was just saying.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get with her right now. It's okay.
There you go.
Now,
No, you should. Yo, she's still a good girl, man.
She's still a good girl.
And she's got some left in the tank.
And I heard the vagina got rejuvenated.
Yes.
So
I've heard that too.
Brand new vagina.
I actually heard that too. Shout out to MTV. I heard that.
happening?
Shout to vaginal
Sorry, Lord.
rejuvenation.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Vaginal. When you live in Miami,
Vaginal mesh.
That's all you hear. Like every fourth commercial is like, I got my vagina redone. Like, yeah.
Are you serious?
What were you doing that you had
but
to
it
get
is
your
crazy. I've noticed that in LA radio and Miami radio, just plastic surgery
plastic
commercials.
surgery is all over. Like,
It's like whatever.
Like they were like, yo, we'll fix your toe. You
Well,
like, man, I need
for
to
the-
get my toe fixed.
N.O.R.E, for the ladies here at N.O.R.E in the morning.
N.O.R.E in the morning. Make some noise for N.O.R.E in the morning. goddamn it.
N.O.R.E in the morning. After they have children, it's not just they was out here throwing the cho around like that. After the baby come through, sometimes the baby does so much damage that they don't feel like it's the same. And so, they go and get the vaginal rejuvenation.
Ebro, did you ever do such damage that it required vaginal rejuvenation?
Did I or did my daughter?
No, you.
Wait, what?
No.
Wait,
what
happened?
No.
getting
No,
weird.
meaning your junk.
getting
Meaning your
weird.
junk did the damage.
I get it.
I mean, I would like to believe I do that much damage, but I doubt it.
That's actually true.
Now, how's the Beats one?
It's
thing
phenomenal,
going?
man.
Now that is a streaming radio show.
Pretty much. It's pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, it's on iPhones, but it's pretty much streaming through your phone. So it's and if you have Samsung, you could download the Apple Music app.
So
we're
it's
in.
not just. It's not just.
It's on everything.
iPhone.
No.
thing.
You know
it's
how,
on
N.O.R.E, do you know how you respond when your friend gets a job with like the biggest company in the world?
Yeah. How do you respond? I don't know.
You ground them. So when he talks about doing Apple Radio, I call it internet radio. Okay?
It's a little
Basic-
bit of haterade.
A little bit.
A little bit of
More than
haterade in there.
Ebro does the it's the big corporate version of what DTF radio.
Now-
PNC radio.
Now,
It's
don't-
PNC radio
Yo,
with a big
stop, man.
Apple logo
Yo,
on it.
li-
Yeah,
yo,
because y'all put it
stop,
like, because
man.
we're in 100 countries. Like, but when you're online, you can be everywhere.
See, and I don't even feel bad for Apple because we got bread like that. So y'all can
Yeah,
make
why
fun
would
all
you
y'all
feel
want.
fun? Yeah, we're allowed
I feel bad for the shows you
I
make.
know,
They
I know,
trying
I
to
know.
do their thing.
So
man.
they are doing their thing.
It's Beats. Beats is owned by Apple, but your not to get in here, but your checks it says Beats on there.
No,
I think that
sir,
says
no,
Apple.
sir.
Says Apple.
Yes.
Oh,
Is there an Apple? Is there an Apple on the check? Is there an Apple?
That's hard.
Is there-
Well, see, listen, it's technology.
Is there an Apple on the check?
Wait.
Oh, you don't see a check.
It's technology, guys. It just goes right
Direct
in your account.
deposit. Direct deposit.
And how about this? Am I thinking the money may not show up? Absolutely not. It comes early.
It comes early?
It comes early.
Now hold on, Ebro. Does it say in your bank account? Does it say Apple?
You can tell he been waiting to ask these questions.
No, I just thought I hadn't thought of that, but you're right.
Yes.
It says Apple.
Apple.
Clean.
That's hard.
That's very clean.
That's hard.
Should we cheer for Apple too? For the Apple
Yo,
checks?
big up for Apple. Yeah. Give it up for Apple.
Apple checks is real.
Hey, let's make some noise for CBS too.
Yeah. All right.
Let's make some noise for
wait,
white people cutting hip hop. Some money.
Yeah, now, N.O.R.E, you said that because you're doing I don't want to interview you. I know it's your show.
I can switch it for a
But
second.
real quick,
Okay.
is that because you brought your podcast to CBS?
Yeah, I brought my podcast to CBS. Here goes my man DJ EFN, who's my partner in the
There he is.
podcast.
Give it up for EFN.
Give it up for DJ EFN. He's my partner in the podcast. He's like a very punctual person. I'm not.
No, you're not.
I
didn't know.
don't
None
say.
of
I
us
was
know
gonna
that.
blow him up.
No, but I'm on time and shit like that.
Today
But
you
other-
were really, too.
No, I was downstairs. I was like here like
We
9:45.
were late for you today.
That was hard. I appreciate it.
That's why you had to interview
You know
us.
what?
We were late.
You know what? I sat back. I said, Ebro's chair looks very sexy. Let me see if I can creep in on Ebro's chair and take over the show. And now it is N.O.R.E in the morning. It's not
Yeah.
Ebro in the morning today. It's N.O.R.E in the
yes,
morning.
yes.
God damn it.
So is this going to be like? So this is like almost a preview. If people wanted to hear the N.O.R.E podcast, where could they find it?
This is the N.O.R.E podcast right now
On Ebro in the morning.
Yes, on 97 on Ebro in the
N.O.R.E,
morning.
what? Can you
Yes.
tell me a little bit of the background, your relationship with him?
Well, DJ EFN was one of the first people to bring me to Miami when the N.O.R.E album was so hot. It was out there, like, I was in high demand, and he brought me out there. Then he brought me to his store, which was called Crazy Goods. And, throughout the years, he had a studio. This is how the Drink Champs had came about. He had a studio, and he would play these long-ass games of poker. And I hate poker, not because I hate the game. It's just
Too long.
Too fucking long. I'm a 15-second guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Instagram works for me. So at the end of the night, I would play spades, and we would play spades for shots, and then he would play poker. And then whoever's left at the end of the night, we'd be like, yo, it's the Drink Champs, the Drink Champs. So we actually started a crew called the Drink Champs. Our first member that we got down with, other than the people that was there, was Static Selector. Now, I hung out with Static Selector one night. And
Static will go in.
I tried to get him drunk. I walk in the party, Q-Tip sees me. He's like, N.O.R.E, what you drinking? I'm like, 2 bottles of Rosé, 2 bottles of Ciroc. They send it to me. Static walks in my room. He's like, he's a cool guy. He walks in. And we have to leave because we was only supposed to be there for like 10 minutes and go to another party. So I go, Static, give me a drink. And as he goes like this, Static puts his head this way. So I'm like, fuck it, let me just fill it up with Ciroc, right? So I filled it up with Ciroc because I'm trying to leave. He hits the shit, and then he puts his drink down. I'm like, let me make him quit. And I pour more and more wet. Static,
In the same drink.
On top of the
same
Ciroc?
exact drink.
Oh.
But mind you, he's putting his drink down, and he's
Like nothing happened.
No, he doesn't know. He's mingling. So he's like, and I just kept doing it. And I was like, if you can't beat him, join him. I said, Static, would you please rep our crew, the Drink Champs? And then it just exploded from there. So we got presented with an opportunity. I forget the name of these people, but we won't say the name because Rosenberg's a foul guy. We already know how they feel about them.
No, I don't.
We heard you off the camera.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about, so it's very possible. I don't know.
They offered us a deal, the podcast
Right.
people, and you said
No, I didn't say anything foul.
You did.
No, I did not.
You kind of did.
It's getting messy.
Oh
bro.
my God! You see?
I did not say anything foul.
You kind of did. So anyway,
I just like seeing people in the podcast space
Right.
get push till they get a good deal.
Right.
Because I know a lot of times the initial deal people are getting offered is not that
Right.
good.
'Cause
So I
right-
was glad that you pushed and got a good deal.
So right now, if y'all don't know, Peter Rosenberg is bringing in a
No,
don't blow it
okay,
up.
now you're
I'm blowing
but,
it up.
Okay, number
I'm
one
blowing
rule.
This is what Ebro would do. You gotta do what Ebro do when you send an Ebro.
Okay,
Yeah, but
shit.
what you do first is you get what you need out of him.
So let's
Then
blow it
you
up.
follow up. Then you follow up
No, but there
with
are
blowing his shit up. You see what I'm saying?
No, but you cannot, for future reference, as about to be a podcast host, you can't have a conversation with someone before the show and then everything they say off the record
just
get
mean
on the
that's-
mic.
it's
I
really-
just
that's
did- I
foul.
just did that with Fat Joe. I just literally did that with Fat Joe. Just literally. Like I went and hung out. This is another thing. I went and hung out with Fat Joe. I got to hear the album.
Is it as good as he said it was? He told me it's amazing.
No, listen, my dude. I walked in there.
Sanitized.
And
it's
this
like,
is the Terror Squad album.
well, this is
No,
not
it's
the
Fat-
Terror
it's Fat Joe and
Squad.
Remy.
It's Fat Joe and
Fat
Remy
Joe
Ma.
Remy.
This is what is it called? Plata
Placas de
Plomos.
Plomos, right, which is crazy. So I went to the. I actually went to Joe's studio session because he owed me a verse, and Joe is a great friend of mine. Of
course.
Like he's not the dude that you text for a verse. You got to be on his back. Pause. You got to be like, yo,
Whoa,
Joe,
hey.
where's my verse? Joe, where's my verse? Yo, Joe's, where's my verse? So I went there intending to get a verse, and he's like, I can't let you leave without playing some joints. So he played he played all the way up, and I was like, it's gone. It's over from here, right? Then he could play me a whole bunch. He played me the Ty Dolla Sign's records. This is just the ones I remember off top.
Wow.
The album was phenomenal. So I'm like, damn, he's about to go on this press run. He's my friend.
We launched this podcast on him.
You have to come to my podcast tomorrow.
Yeah.
So Joe's like, whatever you want, N.O.R.E, whatever you want. Then we get him in there, and we start hitting him with some tough, funny, foul questions, right?
Like what?
But then we got Friday. Comes out Friday.
Oh, that episode's Friday.
That's Friday.
That's
Friday.
great, okay.
The launch of everything. So I realized I learned an important lesson in podcast history right then and there. Because we had Fat Joe name the album first on ours. We had him announce that they actually doing the album first before All the Way Up came up. But what happened was we was in negotiation for the deal. So what we did was chop up clips. That's why I sent you the clips. We chopped up clips so we could be the first one. So now that we done the deal, but the thing is, like, we're kind of late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause he already
he did his
Yeah.
press
run,
run.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
That's the
what I'm
hard part about podcasts. That was the lesson.
That's my first lesson
Okay,
in
and
podcast.
by the way,
But I'm sure, listen, always remember this too. It doesn't matter that everybody else got the conversation, right? Because there's only one you.
That's right.
So
And
the
in your case-
Make some
conversation
noise
with-
for only being one me. God
That's
damn.
right, that's right, that's
well, I
right.
mean, it's true of everyone, but N.O.R.E. very much.
But I'm just saying you're a personality and
Right.
somebody that's revered in this game. So it's gonna be special no matter what.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yo, by the way, did you make any noise for your man who just got home from doing his bid?
Oh, of course. And we go. Get you your book at. Where's your book at?
I got,
right here.
I got the book and the shirt.
Look, this is a book. He just came home.
You want
My
to come
bid.
get some camera
My
time?
bid.
Come on,
Blessing
man.
in disguise.
This camera, man.
And listen, I'm doing the interviewer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm the interviewer. All right.
Yeah.
So how did you think of this book, sir? How did this come about?
Oh, like I said, well, it's my bid. You know, people gonna relate that to prison, of course.
Right.
But it's really an acronym for blessing in disguise.
Woo!
That's
you know
dope,
what I mean?
actually.
Because without me going to do this bid, I wouldn't have took the time to write this book. You know what I mean? And it walks you through everything, all through hip hop, through all my journey, through all the entertainers I had dealings with and everything like that.
Queen's
So,
legend.
yeah, you know.
Queen's
so
legend. Ice.
it's gonna
Make
be
some
a
noise
good
for Ice.
bid.
Queen.
Ice.
Doing
Thanks a
something.
lot.
Doing
That's
something
dope.
positive.
Yo, I
Doing something
respect that so
positive.
much, man. And not only do I respect this on a completely serious note, but on also a really funny note, this is the most ghetto back of a book that's ever happened.
I ain't never seen
You
it. Let me see.
yo, the legit prison photo on the back.
That's all. Yo, hold on.
It's
You got
so
You got
official.
a polo shirt and a
not
kid?
polo,
Yeah,
man.
man. What you
Yeah,
fucking think you got? What we
You
guys
gotta
was
switch
doing,
up. You know how
man?
they do it. You switch it up for the photo, man.
Are those letters?
You switched it up for the photo.
You don't know? How you don't know? It's in there, man.
I ain't been in jail in a long time.
I ain't never been in. I knew they switch up for the photo.
Yo, this is cool though, man. Coming home with a plan,
Yes.
with something to tell your story, as you
Positive.
know what I'm saying. That's fantastic. man.
Positive.
And the first thing you come to, a couple of pages in, is a letter, handwritten note from. Well, there's a few handwritten notes,
Yeah,
but
a
it's from
few.
Tamara.
Tamara. Yeah, a couple of people that wrote me letters while I was in jail. They didn't know I was writing a book, so it's heartfelt letters, how they feel about me and stuff like that. So just in case anybody at first reads that, I might want to make them go read the book. But it's a book you really got to read the whole thing through. Because at first, the first part is written in two parts. The first part is really my life from when I was born to why I made the decisions I made to how I ended up catching my major trafficking charge. And then the second part is really for me to deter the children, the kids, people that's at crossroads. Like, this ain't the only way you could go. I'm not saying like I'm not canceling out any, you can't. It's other ways to get your money besides what I did. You know what I'm saying?
How long were you gone for?
I was only gone for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, I was only good, but I had.
Hey, that's still 2 years, bro.
Yeah. I mean, because a lot of people done said, oh, how you gonna make my bill? Like guys I grew up with, that did 8, 10, 15, only did 2 years.
Right.
Because they not gonna get it until you read the book. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about how long you gone. It's about what you do with your time while you going. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was trying to do.
Make some noise for him being positive. Now, Laura, you're into art.
Yes.
How did this happen?
Well, I was
What part of California are you from?
Los Angeles, like mid-city Hollywood area. But when I grew up in Hollywood, it was like shit.
Wait, mid-city Hollywood area.
So mid-city is
sounds very rich.
Yeah,
Just
no, it's
don't-
not.
it's not.
It's the
It's not?
complete opposite.
It's
Oh,
Repub.
word?
Yeah,
Okay.
mid-city is like right next to South Central, like Pico
Oh.
Crenshaw area. And then I went to school in
Pico,
Hollywood.
there's a Roscoe's on Pico.
Yes, sir.
It's very tough
The
out there.
original one,
Very
yeah.
tough. Go ahead.
And then in Hollywood. But it was all like drug dealers, gangsters, cholos, and prostitutes when I grew up there.
Oh, how
And
nice.
which one were you?
None.
Whoa.
Hey, listen.
Well,
I was an art student before I did the whole radio thing, and that's like on
She's
my
lying.
on my free time, my
Tell 'em the
frequent
truth, Laura.
galleries.
Tell them the truth.
What truth?
That at 13, 14, you should sneak out with the essays to the train yard and
No.
hold the flashlight and do graffiti.
What game
And
was you got?
her mom was like, "Yo, you gonna stop hanging out with the?" Well, nah, she wasn't with the
18th
essays. She
Street?
was with the black dude.
No, I was not with the cholos.
Now hold on.
She was with the black dude.
All right, this is
More
enough.
importantly, Laura, you should N.O.R.E.
Nori in the morning gets in.
Nori in the morning, you should.
We gets it in.
Nori in the morning, you should ask.
We gets it in.
You should ask.
We
her.
gets it in.
This is her.
We gets
Yes,
it in.
okay. You should ask Laura if she has any exciting art things going on this week.
Do you have any exciting art things going on this week? Although you told me already.
I
but
did,
it's
Nori.
for the listener. It's for the listeners.
Well, Nori, I'm glad you asked.
Yes, it's for
yes.
the- yes.
Tomorrow on Wednesday, the 23rd, I help curate my dear friend Andrew Thiel, better known as
just-
Art Tech.
Just for people that's
It's
like
his
me,
first
who
solo
went
show.
to resource room, you gotta explain what curate
All right, so
means.
this is what it is, right? It's his first solo show. He's been working on his art for years, and finally he's ready. Yeah, let him. I like this. I
Let me
like
bring
this.
the interview face.
No, but curate.
So listen, I didn't
curate.
necessarily.
Answer the curate means put together.
Yeah, it's put together. That's it.
I never knew. Like,
So N.O.R.E, this is a collection of all his works, and it's all like 70s, 80s, 90s New York City inspired. It's beautiful, mixed media pieces. It's gonna be fucking awesome. So you should come.
LA people are so coolest, man. Make some noise. Come get some shine real quick, EF, because you from LA too, and you look at the podcast.
Oh,
my
Jesus. Jesus Christ,
Tearing up the whole studio.
It just erased everything.
Drink champs.
You have to drink right now.
Drink champs.
Oh,
That's what happens on Drink Champs
This
Radio.
is happening on Drink Champs Radio. So how did this come across to you? How did this Drink Champs thing come across?
We just got drunk. Can we curse right here?
Well, that was
Yeah.
Okay, we got drunk as a motherfucker at the studio, and then we just started recording. Oh, you mean the Sirius XM show?
Whatever you want to say.
Yeah, we used to have a show on XM before the merger.
Because your beard make you look mad smart. So just,
So you want me to talk articulate?
I don't know. It's just telling you look smart.
I gotta tell you, I think you're right. I think the beard and glasses are totally misleading.
he's
Then he
definitely-
takes one step, almost falls over, and he's like, basically, we got fucking drunk. And I was like, what happened? I thought he was like your Jewish lawyer 30 seconds ago.
I'm Cuban, B.
You can go either way.
me.
He looked at Large Professor, then he just all
He
of a
turned
sudden-
right. He
Yeah,
turned from large professor to old dirty bastard in 7 seconds.
Who put the wire there?
They've been there, by the way. Go ahead. But go ahead.
No, we had the show on XM, and then after the merger, we were on Sirius XM, and a couple of years later, then Loudspeakers Network hit us up to do a podcast. They wanted to bring back, and we already had this crew, the Drink Champs. So we were like, let's just put this on a podcast.
That's dope.
I mean, it was just as easy as that.
How long?
So all three of y'all from California, right?
No.
No, you're not from California?
All right.
I'm originally from LA.
He's
so-
from really
Oh, no, you
Rosenberg.
three.
Yeah.
You three.
I'm a
Oh,
Miami
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
I'm a Miami boy.
So this is the East Coast right here.
Yeah,
This is-
but
okay.
Laura's been here now like 16 years or
Yeah.
something.
But
She's a real
But still.
sellout. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's a Cali sellout. Let's be clear.
Listen.
You're Cali adjacent. You're a New Yorker. You are never going back.
Yo, adjacent.
Well, I'm probably
adjacent-
never gonna move back.
Adjacent is your new favorite word.
Adjacent, yes, adjacent.
Adjacent.
Yeah.
But that means adjacent, because I know what adjacent means. So is that short version of
Yes.
adjacent?
Yes.
I just got to be clear. You know what
By
I
the way,
mean?
N.O.R.E's pretend stupid game is one of my favorite games of all time.
You know that.
I know you very well.
I'm
I gotta tell you, I'm very excited for this whole thing. I'm pissed at myself because when I was really
He
trying
also has a habit of bringing things back,
Back
to
to
himself.
himself.
Always,
Oh, no,
always. You'll
always.
see.
you know what? Let me tell you something. I like the humble Rosenberg is cool, but I like the opposite. I don't want to say
he wants
cocky.
this, guys.
I want, you know what? You
Good,
know
you
what?
can have
But by the way,
that.
it was all a compliment. I was about myself, but it was about a compliment for N.O.R.E.
I
know.
sat back and I thought about it, and I was like, yo, you know what? Juan Epstein is really the first podcast.
But that's
that
why I'm mad.
came-
I didn't think. Yeah, we had you years and years and years ago, and you've been
Right.
back many times.
Right.
I'm upset though that I didn't think to put out your podcast. Instead, I started working with this dickhead Joe Budden, who now's got a huge, awesome podcast. But you're so much more fun than Joe. He's
Make some
such a
noise- Make some
curmudgeon.
noise for me being funny than
Yeah, more fun than Joe Budden. 100%.
I don't know why, but
No, it's true.
still
You
a
know Joe,
compliment.
right?
Okay,
You're more
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Although
get
he'd be
him
a
on
good,
our
I was about to
podcast.
say he'd be a great guest for your
Yeah.
podcast. But no, I'm proud of you because you are the second I heard you had a podcast, my first thought, because I'm a selfish prick, was, fuck, why aren't I producing the N.O.R.E podcast?
I
It's
invited,
perfect.
I invited you to my wedding, so like you.
I
like,
know.
You know, like.
Damn,
your
Rosenberg.
door was
But you
wide
did,
open.
but you did randomly want to beat me up in the middle of our friendship.
That's what friendship is. What are you talking about?
But can we, wait,
That's
why?
what-
Why did he
I
randomly
was-
try to
listen,
beat you up? Please,
listen,
I need to
time
hear the
out.
story.
Let me just tell you something. If you have a friend and y'all never had a disagreement,
Good point.
It's not
the
your friend.
fuck away from
It's
him.
not your friend.
He's been lining you up for years.
So yeah, by the way, so when N.O.R.E wanted to beat me up, or was threatening to beat me up, it was while I was shooting Hip Hop Squares. You remember this? Because you were helping me deal with it, and I'm sitting there like fighting because really it was his fault, and N.O.R.E was blaming me.
Yes, I was
about a
blaming
him. I don't even know
record.
what happened.
It was about a record getting
No,
played, or
I was about me coming.
oh,
up
it was an
here.
interview.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, you gotta ask Ebro. He's like, don't fucking give me that bullshit. We've been
right.
friends for years. You gotta ask Ebro.
That's right.
I was like, I can't. I don't
That's
know.
right.
I don't pick the guest. Talk to Syfe. I don't know.
And then you made it right. You put me on Hollywood Square.
And I said, you know what?
Holly Weird Square.
I said, you know what? Come be a guest on. I was like, can I put my fucking friend on Hip Hop Squares? He's psychotic lunatic. And they're like, who is he? I'm like, N.O.R.E. They're like, sure, we can have N.O.R.E. come
And that's
on.
the first time I knew Amber Rose. Like when I say like me, I don't mean like
Was a fan.
Like because when I walked in, I seen her face and she was just like, and I was like, damn, she might be a fan, but I never pursued it until the Busta Rhymes show. At Busta, by the way, Ebro is the coolest. Like you see him in Summer Jam, he's like with the earpiece in the ear.
Yeah,
running
what a
around.
dick.
I don't want to even talk to this dude.
Yeah.
I be avoiding him.
Oh no!
Yeah.
At the Christmas
I be
show, he
avoiding
didn't give
him,
a
right?
fuck.
But at Busta's show, he was like, fuck that, N.O.R.E. He was like, N.O.R.E., why you going outside to smoke? Smoke right here. I was like, Ebro. He was like, fuck it.
Nori,
So-
if when you text me, right, for this interview,
Yes.
if I would have said, "Hold on, I have to run it by Ebro," I don't know.
No, because you know.
Well, we-
Because listen.
problem?
Listen, no. Sometimes blaming on Ebro is real, and then sometimes it's fugazi. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta get it. Like we know he's the fall guy. We already know that. Like if something goes wrong, like when Mike Kaiser used to work radio for me, right? Mike Kaiser used to say to me, let me be the fall guy. And I used to be like, I can handle this shit. And then fuck around, I get booked at this summer jam here, then this summer jam here, and then they calling me and saying, well, N.O.R.E, well, where you gonna be at? And then Mike Kaiser look at me and say, didn't I tell you? I was the fall guy. You wanted to go out there and you wanted to be this guy.
Yeah, you gotta have a fall guy.
So we already know Ebro's the fall guy.
But there's a win for the fall guy too. Like
Where?
there is a benefit. I know it's hard. Well, the benefit if you're built for it,
he's built for it.
and the guy like you is built for it. If you're constantly the fall guy, it adds overall to your credo that the buck stops with you.
Right, and then
Which was part of what your persona was for many years because it was true, but people respected it. So then they respect the no. Whereas like I didn't have a backbone that people would like that. Everyone just knows I love rap artists who I'm like. So why wouldn't I have you come up? Whereas Ebro, it's like, well, Ebro can be a dick, and they believe fuck him. And I'm like, perfect. Whew. Fuck him. No, now I'd be lying if you said I'd be like, no, Ebro's probably fine with it. I just didn't feel like asking.
Exactly. You know I know. But so that's the first time.
Well, and also too, I would say on that we've developed new ways to help people, right?
Nah,
so,
you guys involved. Let me big y'all up. Let me make some noise for the like you guys are on point with being online. Like shit is just out. Like I remember the last time I came here, like I left and I got in the car. This fucking shit was already out. I was like, what the fuck did they do?
Shout out to the digital team.
Cheer for the digital team.
Digital team. I was like, what is it?
All right, you know we have over a million subscribers, by the way. A million.
Over
Make
a
some
million.
noise for a million subscribers.
That's right.
For N.O.R.E in the morning.
N.O.R.E in the morning. That's why they here.
N.O.R.E in the morning. Yes. Yo, y'all do an excellent job behind the scenes. You know, I know y'all don't get a lot of props, but N.O.R.E cares if don't nobody else cares.
Yo, by the way, in one day here, N.O.R.E has already been more appreciative of the digital team than in all the time Ebro's been here.
I got y'all.
Yo, they're gonna be calling P.O. like, yo, can we get N.O.R.E in the
Oh,
morning?
that's gonna happen. We want N.O.R.E in the morning.
Just tell me your birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you a text on your birthdays to make sure the team is strong. We gotta have a strong team.
That's
here.
right. Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying?
Get him.
So the art thing is, is this your side hustle?
Yes.
This
I'm
really
yeah.
is?
It's my passion, so I'm trying to make it my side hustle.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I wish I could get
Thank
art.
you. Well, we'll talk about it. I explained to you on the side. I said, listen,
nothing
you're not
to
going to
get, bro.
understand everything.
You
Everything is
either like it or you
perception.
don't. You like
That's
what you
it.
like.
Yeah,
I told him that.
Swizz had me running around his art. He was like,
he
this
felt
is from
pressured.
such and such. I was like,
Don't let Swizz try to make you pretend you
If
like
you don't
it.
like it, you
In my
like
mind,
it's
I'm like,
okay.
I don't know what you're
You
talking
can
about.
say this
fuck
is trash.
you looking at?
You
No,
can say that.
this is his show. This is my man. Like, banned from TV, 1998. What am I gonna tell him? Yo, Swizz, I'm not really interested in this shit. Like, I'm just here to support you. Like,
Yo, Swizz is doing some dope shit
doing
for
some dope
artists,
shit.
man.
I just, you
the
know-
no commission thing he's
I
doing
told
is
him that,
very
yeah.
dope.
no commission. That's what I told him.
Cheer for Swizz?
Yeah,
Yeah,
cheer for
Swizz.
Swizz.
Him and the dog was just out in Boston with my peoples, and it was a great dog, man. DMX is doing wonderful right now. It's very straight. You know what I mean? And we're proud of that. We're proud of that.
Clap for DMX's health.
Absolutely.
Big up to DMX.
Big up to DMX. We love you, brother.
Somebody said they saw him out and he looked rejuvenated and
Nah,
just
he
up.
did.
Yeah,
It's
that fight.
almost. It's
I saw him at that
like
fight.
I
He
don't
looked good.
know that guy. It's almost like, wow, he's so.
Do you know it? Do
pure.
you know him directly?
Of course.
Can you help us get him up here as a favor now that we've let you
That
have?
guy right there, Ali, right there.
Yeah.
Ali.
Why does Ali look scared right now as soon as you pointed that finger?
Because we need to get DMX up here. We wanted to.
Swizz could help you.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for the
And
music.
Swizz gonna call Ali. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Swizz, all right, Ali.
Yeah, Swizz gonna call Ali. Yeah, for real.
Ali,
For
let's
real.
talk.
Yeah, nah, no problem.
But they're gonna drop. There's supposedly a DMX remix
Of the Kanye
to
record.
One of the Kanye
To
records.
no friends, to new friends.
Yeah.
I seen Styles P did that.
Real
last night,
Friends.
too. Is Styles P supposed to be on that? Am I blowing it up? I don't give a fuck. We blowing everything
He
up
said no
today.
comment.
By the way, you're gonna lose so many friends with this podcast because N.O.R.E has no filter whatsoever.
We're blowing. Listen, Fat Joe told me he's never coming back. he said the podcast. He's like, fuck it. Just get it all out. 'Cause I'm never coming back. He's like, I can see the blogs now. Fat Joe and I'm never coming back.
How many
N.O.R.E.
people did he tear down?
No, Fat Joe is in such
Because
a
Joe's
great,
but he's honest too.
he's in such a great space though. He's like, you know,
That Market America bread is. Woo!
He's making all
Nah,
kinds of
he told me
dineros.
not to plug my podcast, but we had him on One Epstein a couple weeks ago with Remy, and he said, and you know this about Joe.
Right.
He said he said I don't drink, do drugs, really don't do anything. He said my addiction in life is being hot, and he admitted that. Because a lot of rappers don't admit that they want to be hot. They want to have a hot song. But the ones like N.O.R.E. and Joe who were underground but then tasted that super hot.
Right.
Yo, you see every time you see Joe out, you know he wants to be hot. Now he gets to go out to Knicks games and have a song that's scorching again.
Yes.
Oh, he's happy.
As an artist, you never stop. If you had a hit, like a sincere hit, what I mean by that is you can be in Dusseldorf, Germany, and they play your record and people go crazy.
And for you, is that nothing? What's the main one?
It's I had a couple. I have Nothing. I have
Super Thug.
You can make a noise for that. Super Thug. Oye Mi Kondo, about 199.
Are you mentioning
million? Yeah, Spanish record. Yeah.
You're talking about
Yes.
That too.
Shout out to Cypher Sounds.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cypher
Cypher
Sounds.
Sounds, heavy.
And shout out to the tours back then. That was nice.
Look at he's just reminiscing
That
about the
was
money. Look at that. He's going back.
That was. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the interview. Let me get back to the interview. I ain't gonna front. That was my only time performing, and there was no shootouts, no stabbings, no fights.
Applause for no
stress.
It was applause for no murder at a N.O.R.E. show.
No murder nowhere, but definitely not at a
I
N.O.R.E.
think that's
show.
what me and you connected. That's when I used to work at the reggaeton station.
I mean,
God.
I was at peace with reggaeton when I was doing it. I just wasn't at peace with the business of reggaeton. Like that's
Wow,
horrible.
what's that mean?
It's like it's straight up payola. Like it's like no pay, no play, papi.
Oh, word.
They'll tell you straight up, like their version of Hot 97, like their Pito was the PD, PO. Their POs, that's how they say straight up. No pay, papa, no play, papa.
You talking about Puerto
And I was
Rico?
just Puerto Rico, like I was offended. Like I had the #1 record.
I heard it's dirty.
I had the #1 record in the world, and I was representing Puerto Rico.
Which song?
Yeah.
And I had
Tell 'em.
2 spins in Puerto Rico.
Damn.
Until you cut that check, he checked
I
it
ain't
out.
cut the check. I said, fuck it. I said, fuck it. I don't
I'm
need
good.
to get played in Puerto Rico. Like I liked it. The DJ. The DJ was cool. I liked it. The PD, but
Did you say
Def Jam
he
was
liked it?
Yes,
I liked
yes.
it.
Liked it.
Yeah, liked it.
I just wasn't sure if that was actually what you said.
So Def Jam, I don't want to say who, was like, yo, here, take the 15 bands and give it to them. And I was like, no. I gave it back. I said, fuck that.
Yeah.
If I'm not paying it for it in America,
Applause for integrity.
yeah, fuck that. Like, I got the fuck out that game fast after that. I was like, nah.
It's too dirty.
And what the fuck? I'm a legend. Maybe I'm not a legend, a Puerto Rican legend, but I'm a Puerto Rican legend in New York City.
And you're a Puerto Rican legend
Right.
in Jays.
You know what I'm saying? Jace. I don't get how you're using it, but
Well, you're not Puerto Rican legend. You're a Puerto Rican legend.
Well,
in
and
Jays.
also
Kinda
you're not
halfway,
full
sort
Puerto
of.
Rican.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and you're Puerto Rican in Jays.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican. Okay.
Just think kind of halfway, sort of.
Yeah, he's black in
That.
Jays. He's Puerto Rican in Jays. He's everything.
Welcome to the half club.
Yeah,
my
I
man.
know.
Welcome to the
exactly.
half
I
club.
know you.
Yeah.
We've been in the half
Yeah, we've
club.
been.
We've been in the
We've
half
been.
club. That's a fact. That's a beautiful thing.
Yo, would you say that your anger comes from being half? Because when me and you first hooked up,
Right.
we was way loose out here in
Yo,
these
no,
streets.
I ain't gonna lie, Ebro. I couldn't believe you was the music director when he came. That you was the music. Like he came and he was playing pool. He was smoking with us, and I was like, "Yo, Rob Love, are you sure this is the guy?" Because he was loose. Like I was like,
Can
and
you
then-
can you share some Ebro stories with us?
Nah, that's between us. Like you know,
Everyone's got stories like that, though. It's weird.
like but
Have you ever
know
seen
what?
Ebro in a situation where you thought he was gonna fuck a celebrity?
Who was the PD?
That's what we want to know.
Who was the PD before? It was
Tracy was
John
doing
Dimmick?
Tracy.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I never got to hang out with Tracy. You know what I'm saying? Like I never got. And Jody was before her, right? I'm
Yeah.
old school. God damn it, please.
Well, Steve Smith and Judy.
Judy. I said Jody.
Steve Smith and Judy.
yes.
Right.
Judy was actually ran the
Right.
whole shit. Though.
Right.
Judy
right.
was Steve Smith and them's boss. Like when they first turned Hot 97 on.
He's naming a lot of big money just in case.
Oh, by the way,
people
real
don't know
quick,
that.
it's interesting though. And by the way, if you want to hear more on this, you can hear Tracy Clarity on the One Epstein. But
Yo,
she
he
couldn't.
is shameless plugging.
I know I have to.
the
It's a
jab
podcast.
out of
We're
it.
podcast talk.
Oh, right.
But she said, I mean,
How
like
he
she.
turn his mic off?
Oh my God, you are Ebro.
Just-
No, but she said that she had to handle being PD with a total wall up.
Yeah.
Because think about how it would have looked if the white girl who was PD was smoking with all the rappers and shit.
Right.
You come in, you have to play it a whole different way.
Yeah. Well,
Otherwise,
I mean, I
But
smoked
for
with
some
her.
reason, I feel like you're more comfortable now. Like I don't. Did you like it? You liked it, the PD? Did you
Well,
like
you
it?
gotta remember, 1990 when I started on the air. I was always on the air my whole life. I
Right.
came to New York
Oh, you saying prior to you
prior
coming to New York,
being.
you was on
That's
air.
all
Oh,
I
okay.
ever did.
Oh, okay.
And then I started programming in the late 90s. Then I came. They hired me in New York to come out here and do this. And then I was behind the scenes. That was my job. Who likes sitting in the office and doing spreadsheets? That wasn't where I came from. I came from
Right.
doing radio shows and doing mornings, and that's what I did my whole life. But I wanted.
so
you know, I
answer
got
his
tired.
question. Answer Nori in the morning's
easier.
question.
This is easier
This
for
is
me.
easier for you than
Yeah.
being behind the scenes.
Yes, it's
That's
easier.
crazy.
It's easier to put together a radio show than it is to sit and try to dialogue with people who don't get the culture and try to explain it and why something's hot. And I mean, I still got to do it now, but man,
Not
I
as
sit in
much.
boardrooms, man. Even to this day, I'm like, y'all don't get it. Just listen to what I'm telling you.
Because the other day, right?
Just know? Do you ever
Just
say
know.
that? Just know?
Just know.
Check it, right? The other day, a guy asked me, he goes, yo, what's up with the other guy from the Neptunes? So I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, the Chinese guy. And I said,
Chad.
I said, I understood what he was saying. So I was like, oh, yeah, you talking about Chad Hugo. And he's like, well, I don't see him no more. And I said, I don't think Chad liked the fame. I think he liked the money, but he didn't like the fame, right?
Now you're intentionally saying like did. This is intentional.
It bothers
this is how
him.
I talk.
It
my
bothers
brother.
him.
Like,
No, I
It
just
bothers
sorry.
him so much, Nori. He gets
He's an
so
English
annoyed.
teacher. He's an English teacher. That's why he always.
Well, I don't understand. I'm always like
So
it.
what I was trying to explain, is, fame is not like with all due respect to you guys that's behind the scenes. Like once you not working, you could take off your thing and you can go right back to a normal life. Like when you have fame, like the other day, my wife was like, "Oh, let's go out to the crab spot," and I was like, "I don't want to go," and she was like, "Why?" I was like, "I just
I don't
don't
wanna
feel like
see
being
nobody."
looked at, like you know,
Yeah.
because." I haven't been on TV steady in like 6, 7
So they give you
years.
the in-between look.
So they give me the, is that him look?
Or the, what's he doing now? Oh, he
yeah.
fell off.
Oh,
look.
what's going on?
Yeah.
Why is he here?
No, or I
Like-
know you, but I don't quite know you, so I'm
Or-
staring at you to figure out where I know you from.
Or it's just disrespectful at this point. People just come up and be like, and walk away.
Yo!
Like,
What?
oh
You
my
got a crab
God.
leg?
Like,
You're like,
like,
Yo,
it's-
halfway?
what about the niggas that look at you like they want to fight, but
I don't get that.
they'll be like,
No, because
You'll
they're
be like-
confused. They're confused
they'll be
face.
like, yo, what's up, man?
Uh-huh.
They'll be like, oh, I didn't even know if that was you, and then the whole face shit, I was like, yo, this nigga was about
Yeah,
to-
but he's still always
Hey,
ready
this
to
one's
fight.
ready for action all the time. I'm
Gotta
like,
be,
nah, man. He
man.
was
You
gonna
gotta
say
be.
hi.
Nah,
Be
man,
like,
change your face.
commentate.
Yo, change your face.
Right,
like,
no.
is that be a normal human? Be nice. Don't
Nori,
let
now
it-
that you hang out around more like
I
now
hang,
that
out,
you
I
have
hang out with white people.
a lot of white people,
Yes.
how
I'm just fooling y'all right now.
I know, but when you then are back in New York and you see black dudes in New York who give you the over aggressive dap, that's to the point that it almost hurts your arm, and they hit you with some of this. Do you ever get that, or are you too big and people don't do that? It's just me because I'm little and white.
No, I don't think people do that to me. Like,
You don't get the aggressive dap.
No, I got the OG pass now. I sincerely got the "What's up, OG?" and I hit him with.
And you're
the-
happy with that? Is it almost like being a granddad? Are you like happy that they're
Oh my God!
I don't know what being a granddad is.
No,
It's-
but
it's
I'm
what
saying
you're
the-
saying right
It's
now.
what you're saying,
Jinx
though.
me?
No, it's not. That's not a sneak diss.
Uh,
It's that you know you've graduated to the point where people aren't gonna do shit like that. They're just
Right.
and you just get to be like, "Thank you, young man. Goodbye."
See, me. I'm more or less. It's more or less. Oh shit.
You can't do
Oh,
that. You
shit.
can't do that as a host of N.O.R.E. in the morning.
Oh shit. Now that's the money call. Let me live. God damn it. All right,
Somebody
what were we
bake?
talking about? You threw me way off. Let's switch the subject. What the fuck were we talking about?
Doesn't matter. Don't worry
Doesn't
about it.
matter.
You didn't
Doesn't
finish. You never.
It's
finished.
N.O.R.E. in the morning.
Now
Give
we
it up for
N.O.R.E.
N.O.R.E. in the morning. There you go. There you go.
Let me get to the point
there you
while
go.
we're here. Right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
I got a mixtape / album that I prefer.
What's the difference?
I don't know. The difference is it started as a mixtape, and as I
Is there a
progressed,
DJ involved?
no, there's no DJ. I wanted, so that's probably
So no
why
mixing.
It's an album.
So there's no actual mixing.
No, there's no mixing. So I would call it a digital album.
It's a project.
It's a project. I
like
would
it.
call it that. It's something that I was passionate about. It's the first time. Like, I don't read comments. Like, what I mean by that is, like, I don't go on WorldStar and read, if I throw out a video, read their negative comments or, you know, whatever, these other websites. I don't do that. But what I do is I'll take a picture, like when we leave here, we'll take a picture, and when y'all drop it, I'll post a picture. And then I would listen to the comments from there. I would listen to my comments. And when I constantly do these shows, people always say, N.O.R.E. reminds me of my favorite drunk uncle. So I sat back for 2 years and I was like, there's something there. Then people started calling me Drunkle. And I was like, ooh, that's even harder.
Drunkle.
That's even harder. So
Drunkle
I
N.O.R.E.
actually
Drunkle N.O.R.E.'s tag.
Drunkle. Yeah. So I actually went in and I made a project that's catered to those people, catered to the people who love my interviews, who love how I'm energetic, who love how I'm vigorous, who love how I'm, you know what I'm saying, a people's person.
You are.
And And so that's what this is about. It's a great project. I got Amber Rose on there. I got Ty Dolla $igns on there. I got Rick Ross on there. I got French Montana on there. Big up to all the DJs at Hot 97 that's playing Buckets, which is featuring French Montana and Manolo Rose. We also got a joint on there called Out My Mind, featuring Amber Rose and PNB Rock.
That's a good record. I like that one.
It's about my wife. You know what I'm saying? It's a 38-year-old being 38. You know what I'm saying? It's one of my first records, like being a grown man. And so I had a bunch of fun making this project. I got A$AP Ferg on there, and I just wanted to give it to the people. For the people that can't afford it, it comes out Friday on iTunes. For the people who can afford it, you can bootleg it, get it on that Piff. It's on that Piff as well.
I can tweet the link and you can download the Dropbox. You want me to do that for you?
Whoa, wait.
No, you don't need to do
Friday.
that.
Let's wait till Saturday. Let's wait till Saturday.
Yeah, we don't need to tweet the
I
Dropbox.
will say this. When you sent me the link, I started going through it. First thing I went to was Amber Rose Speaks.
Right.
Was listening to that. But I was intimidated by the amount of music on here. There was 23 different tracks.
There's only 13 tracks. There's
It's
10
just
skits.
skits.
Yeah. I wanted to do a Dr. Dre-ish, like every, you know, like so you stop a record and then it goes into a skit. Cause it's like, you know, I got skits on there from Beer Fest. I don't know, Beer Fest is my inner white boy best movie. You ever seen Beer Fest?
No, but I've heard. No, I'm not a real
really
white boy. I'm not.
I'm
But
gonna have to take a stripe of your whiteness away.
No, I
have not seen Beer Fest.
I've got a lot of white stuff that's missing, but I've heard it. People really like it.
A lot of work. Well, let's see. You
You
also
have
got
a Pharrell and Khaled.
Yeah, that's from Pharrell's show on
that's
Apple
definitely
Music,
stolen.
Beats One.
Yeah, definitely stolen from Beats One. That's definitely.
Let's not bring that.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so
Yo, if they come to you, just say you know Ebro. It's fine.
It's fine.
He's got to come.
it's okay.
It's available on Apple Music. We don't
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
It's gonna be on
we
Apple
don't
too.
Mind.
We don't mind. Just know.
That's when
know.
That's when you're getting a lot of money. That's when you're getting a lot of money right there. But so listen, guys. So you know, we got the Drunk Uncle Project. We also got the Drink Champs podcast. It all comes out March 25th. If you can't afford it, well, the podcast is free. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't afford the iTunes, we have the free version. I'm sorry.
And then you have your cooking show. Remember we were talking about that?
I very. It's called a food show because
food show.
when you say cooking, it implies that I'm cooking.
Right.
I can't cook toast. You
Okay.
don't want me to cook toast, but I'm a professional eater. Women like when I say that. Like dudes be looking at me like, what? Like, but women, I'm a professional eater. You know what I mean? And yeah. So what we're doing, we just closed the deal. I can't actually announce who is with, but we just closed it. We're filming the second week. Was it the second week? Right now, it's the second week of April. In Miami. Then after that's wrapped up, we're gonna do a hood barbecue in New York City. I'm gonna explain to y'all what's a hood barbecue is. We're gonna have my hood guy that barbecues every day in Left Rack City named Fat Wise. He'll be on one grill. Then we're gonna have Sonny Anderson from the Food Network
Sonny.
on the next
She's working
grill.
Hot 97.
Of course, that's where I met her from.
Yeah, of course.
So we're gonna have gourmet food in the hood.
Sonny gets busy.
Oh
son.
no, she gets Friday.
That's
If you ain't
tight.
doing, that's when your show come on Friday, right?
What show?
Your the beat show.
He's on
No,
every
it's
day.
every day,
That's
my
every day.
Oh, God damn it.
Every
That's
day,
a lot.
100 countries.
Let's make some noise for his checks that's coming in. God damn it.
A lot of checks.
I thought it was a one-day thing.
No, it's
it's
every day.
No.
God damn
Live
it.
every day.
There's-
If y'all ain't
in over
doing-
100 countries.
See?
Go ahead,
Talk
I was about to give you the mic. You see that? Go ahead, keep going. 100 countries. God
100
damn
countries.
it.
It's
It's not,
available.
by the way, why do you say 100? Isn't every country?
Yo, he's
No,
a
it's
hater.
not.
He's a hater.
It's not in China yet.
No, I'm trying to give him more credit.
It's not in China.
I'm
it's
saying
not in
why say 100?
We gonna give a show on Beach One. All right, me and you. It's gonna be the opposites attract. Oscar the Grouch. What's the
What
What's the two?
are
what's
you
the two-
saying?
Odd
Bert and
couple.
Ernie?
The
Oh,
odd
Odd
couple.
Couple.
The
Odd couple.
The odd
Okay,
couple.
we're not that odd though.
Yeah, we are.
Well, you thought you
First
was
of all,
gonna
no. I
you thought
want to be
was gonna
black. You want to
MC.
be white. We meet somewhere in the middle.
No. The wannabes. I want to listen.
Ooh,
I
the
love
The
white
wannabe.
people.
Yo,
The
he just
wannabes
pops
is
out.
great.
How does he just
I
pop out
love
random?
The
white
wannabes.
people. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. Like I'm gonna say the instances where I want to be white, and you're gonna say the instances where you want to be whatever.
Not white.
I want to
sure.
be white. Like
No,
white,
no, I understand.
He
let me
was
stop.
more
I'm
excited
playing
about
around.
the opposites attract thing because he wanted to be MC Scat Cat. And he thought you was going to be Paul Abdul. He was like, let's do that. We lip
Oh
sync
my
it.
God.
Yo, Ebro for the win. I did want to be MC Scat Cat, and N.O.R.E did want to be Paula Abdul. That just happened.
Or at least in the.
Now
or
listen.
At least in Paula.
Now hold on real quick before you kick us out to do your next interview, because I know you got a lot of interviews to do on N.O.R.E in the morning.
That's true.
When my buddy Vince Staples said the 90s were overrated.
Yeah.
You responded to him.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever communicate?
Absolutely.
Because I know he likes to talk a lot of shit, but he respects the game big time.
Let me tell you something.
He's a troll. That's what
Vince
he is.
Staples. It took me almost 20 years to understand the art of the interview. Vince Staples got that on smash. Because you know when you have a couple of words with somebody, you go and you do your investigation. Vince Staples is ill at his interviews. He'll say something like, Rosenberg has a pussy, and then say, just playing. But nobody ever puts the just playing there. He'll say like, yo, such and such got pink toes, and such and such. And then he'd be like, I'm just playing. But he knows he grabs the headlines. He's a fucking genius. Like when I went back and I said, this dude got us. He got us. We spoke on the phone. Corey Blacksmith,
Of course.
a good friend of mine. Used to
And
be
then
at
when you
Tommy
know
Boy.
Corey's pedigree, you're like, how could this artist
It's-
Vince Staples even fix his lips to say something about the 90s?
And then, yeah, that's true. But at the end of the day, he's a smart kid. He's a lot smarter than what he did. And then when we got on the phone, it was funny as hell to me. I don't know if he Googled me or he knew this already. He was like, "N.O.R.E, but most of your success came in the 2000s." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh, because Melvin Flint that did such and such and such and such." And I was like, "This."
Now, by the way, I
kid
don't think
just-
he Googled that. I think that shit he knows.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's
He's
what makes him such a
ill.
great troll.
He's ill.
And he's talking shit about rap. That dude is the most rapping ass rapper.
Nah, you know what's
He's
the
such an
dopest?
ill rapper.
Because I didn't get the chance to hit the link, but did he really diss Spotify on Spotify
Yeah,
stage?
that's what I heard.
And it was like for real, or was like how I said that he does his interviews.
I don't know. All I
Okay,
heard
'cause-
is they took it as a diss when he was performing for Spotify and decided he was going to shit on the fact that they not paying
Let's make
artists
some
enough.
noise for Vince Staples standing up for artists. That's
Which us at Apple Music we really loved. Not that there's any beef.
No,
over
I'm
there,
sure
but
they-
we make sure artists get paid. You know what I'm saying?
How about Tidal? What do you feel about Tidal?
I think Tidal's great. I'm a subscriber.
What do you think about streaming overall? Let's end it on this. Like we've come from hip hop since there's been on tapes, DATs, vinyl. What do you think the streaming game is doing? I want to ask all three of you.
I would say first, it's just another way for artists to distribute their content to their fans. First and foremost, I'm for it. Like it's just another way for people to get what they need. I think the bad part will end up being, even when you have a subscription, right? You think you're paying your subscription bill. The other piece of it is you're still paying that data bill on your phone, so people eating on you twice.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why my
And most
phone
people
bill's
don't think
so
about
high.
that.
Yeah, they don't think
I
about that
got
when they're
Tidal
getting
and I
into it.
got Apple Radio.
But here's the thing, you could get on Apple Music, you subscribe, and then you get Beats One for free. You don't even have to subscribe to listen to me every day.
so I don't have to be
on
paying
Beats
that
One.
$9.99.
You don't have to.
Okay.
But if you want on-demand content and you want interviews and you can listen to Pharrell's show and Drake's show and Dre's show, or you want the mixes that Q-Tip does on Abstract Radio or 8-Track or
Which is good.
Major Lazer, any of those things, then you subscribe and you get all that stuff. And
Just
you
know.
can get
I'm
all
a
that
fan
other
of it. I love
How
it a
about you,
lot.
Laura?
I think it's dope too, but I will tell you that I love actually opening up a CD and reading. And I
do
nobody
too.
uses CDs anymore, whatever.
do
You know,
too.
but
Kanye
I,
not putting out
love,
CDs no
I
more.
love like a CD. So that's the only thing that I would miss. But now, I mean, people are printing vinyl again, right? They're using it as collector's pieces now. So some of them are still popping.
You know how I feel.
How about
Laura.
you?
You know I ain't about this. I mean, I subscribe to Spotify. I've listened to Ebro's show on Beats. I think that they're still all figuring out where this whole thing's gonna go. I love the curation that Apple's doing. I hate what they did to iTunes. Fix iTunes. I told Ebro, he probably didn't tell y'all. Fix iTunes. Stop when I search making it take me to the store. Y'all are being greedy. Your product's too good for that. You don't need to do that. Just leave my iTunes alone and leave and let
And what
App-
you're saying is when you search, it automatically makes you search
Yeah.
Apple, and you got to tap back.
Yeah, and,
to
and,
your
and you know what I'm saying by saying Apple's above? That's not an Apple thing. Apple's why I've been an Apple user for 30 years is because their products are so easy and sensible.
Let's make some noise for him flossing and him having money for 30 years.
I mean, my parents bought a little Apple IIe.
I will say the projected direction for streaming is that one day public Wi-Fi is supposed to be everywhere.
But it's happening right now in New York City too.
It's happening, but not to the point where in your car you could pick up the Wi-Fi
Right.
that's public, right? So eventually what you'll have in your car, I'm told, is you'll have FM, which is there. You'll have free public Wi-Fi, which I don't know what quality the Wi-Fi will be.
It'll
in
vary
your car.
probably for a while.
Who knows? And then you'll be able to probably subscribe to Wi-Fi in your car and get a better quality, which then would give you some of which you could have Apple Music in your dashboard in your car. I think is the plan. 5-6 years from now.
I think Kanye, you know, Ja Rule, a while back, he was like, yo, he wanted to do an album app. An album that came out with an app. Like you would download the app for $9.99. And I thought it was brilliant. And then I was like, yo, maybe you update it by having, you know, you do with videos. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye, I think what Kanye just did.
Updating his album, you mean?
I think that's amazing.
But by the way, has he even updated it yet?
He
I
did.
think he just
talked
did
about
Wolves.
it.
I
haven't
he fixed-
gone back to
he fixed
listen.
Wolves.
Yeah,
What
he
was
did
it?
Wolves.
But my thing is this: that to me as an artist
No, it's
speaks
crazy.
volumes because here it is. You know how many times I've listened to something and I'd be like, damn, I should have fixed that snare, or I should have, you know, put the bass down on here. But this is product that is out already.
Now
I
you can
can't-
go in
I
and change it,
can't fix
and
Like,
it's right there.
Do you know how dope that would be for me to go in and fix something on the War Report
Well, you could now.
and update something on the War Report? You know how ill that would be for me to go and do a new version of
You could do it, though.
N.O.R.E.
Yeah, but what about the
Well,
people
I don't
who
own-
love
I
it
don't-
just the way it
let me be
is,
clear.
though?
I don't own those albums. Let me be clear. But
yeah,
I'm
so
just
doesn't-
saying how dope.
I'm
it
sure
would
they
be.
would do it with you right now, though. If you,
Well,
if
the
you struck
20th
deal.
anniversary is coming around, so the people that own the War Report, you already, you know, send me that cease and desist. But we might as well come together and let's promote.
You
that.
do have one line on one song
Let's go.
that we're not going to say.
No, it's
that
okay.
was so bad
Okay.
that you guys had to edit it on the album.
What was that? On War Report?
Yes,
Was it Trash verse?
I think so. Yeah, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
Trash. It wasn't you or Capone. It was
Yeah.
Trash's verse.
I know that
That
was,
line could be recut. I would recut that line.
That's hard.
It's a little hard. I mean, when they had to edit it on the dirty version of the album, and this is 1995, mind you.
Yeah, Parole
When people are
Violators.
like, you know what?
Parole Violators is the song.
We're going to reverse that line. That's bad.
Yeah.
But you could change that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Kanye, he just like I know like you know, for artists that it messed me up for people to say he went in and he changed this. Like, and it's an album that's out already. So that's why I like streaming, because it's not like it's
Well, it's a
hard
living,
copy.
breathing thing. It's happening right
That's
now, and
so-
you could change it in motion.
So imagine, it's like I look at it like, yo, like a painting on your wall, and then just one day it's blue, and then the next day you're like, man, fuck that, I want it to be red today.
Yeah.
And you can do that with the streaming, and until Kanye did it, like I downloaded Tidal.
I mean, when
just
when
for his
Hov
album,
did the Magna
and I
Carta
didn't
Holy
listen
Grail,
to it.
yeah, when
I didn't
Magna
listen
Carta
to it. Go
Holy
ahead.
Grail was the app inside the Samsung
And
shit,
Samsung,
right?
uh-huh.
That was kind of one of those early steps into that. Like,
But
here,
he didn't update or change anything.
he
on
didn't
that.
go that. He
Okay.
didn't, because he just
Right.
got that money out of him,
Yo.
put that thing in there, and I think they updated the app, but not the music.
Hey, N.O.R.E, can
Kanye's a genius.
I got to give you some.
I gotta let you get up out of here.
No,
What's
I
your
got to
name?
give you some news on
Okay.
N.O.R.E in the morning.
Okay.
Sad news. Toronto former Mayor Rob Ford passed away.
Really?
Crack Mayor?
That's not how you refer to him right now, even though it is pretty much how you refer to him.
You couldn't wait
Yes.
till he was over.
No, but it is.
No, I was
It's
trying to put
breaking
it
news.
together. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking
I'm not
about- No, I
trying
mean,
to
that is
offend
what
him,
he's
man.
famous
I'm talking about
for.
the
I mean-
sad news. We was all happy and shit. God bless that man. Let's have a moment of silence.
But no, and he did have quite a run.
let's have a moment. That's not the guy who go at Meek Mills, right?
No, that's
No.
Rob Ford was way better.
Okay.
Rob Ford was like a fucking Chris Farley character. Like, you couldn't even
Right.
believe he existed. I mean, he did. He smoked crack while he was mayor and admitted that he
That's
smoked
hard.
crack while
Screamed
he was
at some
That's
lady and
hard.
told her that he ate vagina last night too.
That's hard.
Last night? That happened?
Remember, it wasn't not last night, but
Let's
remember
make
the
some
audio
noise.
clip where he was like,
Let's
"Yeah, I
eat
ate
a
some pussy."
vagina, goddammit.
Oh, and Rob Ford.
And Rob Ford.
Hey, Rob Ford.
So listen, this is Slime in the Morning. N.O.R.E in the morning. Thank y'all for joining us. I'm gonna return back to y'all show. Thank y'all. We got the Drunk Uncle Project.
Slime.
Slime, yes.
Slime.
Oh, you want to get to that? I would like to get to that. We could switch the subject back. This is what I'm mad about.
What is slime?
Slime? It was just
Because we hear it.
No,
there's other artists saying the word slime.
yeah, and they're not paying homage, and it's not that I want homage from them. It's like when a person is a journalist, when you take on the attribute of saying I'm a journalist. Like in my podcast, anybody that's a journalist has nothing to worry about because we're not fact checking. We're not, going to do research. In fact, if you learn something from our podcast, I'm offended. I don't want you to learn shit.
You want people to feel good,
I want
have
people
fun.
to feel good. But I seen an interview the other day, and big up to Young Thug, and he goes, yeah, I start using slime season because I never heard no artist say that they were slime. And good friend of mine's, Sway. Can I say his name?
Yeah, of
Sway.
course, Sway's
Good friend of mine.
course.
You know.
Can you say
We
his
say,
name?
listen, we say everybody.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm from the old
particularly
school Hot
Sway.
97 though. I'm from the
Yeah.
old school Hot. You don't say nobody's name. That's not on the station. That's from that era. So, Sway's my guy, and I had to call Sway, and I said, you know, I've never actually had a conversation with Young Thug. I've never been in the same room with him, but it's not his job to know that slime was invented in 2001 on the Reunion album. It's not his job to know that God's Favorite, the first two skits was called Hit Me Up Slime, which was in 2002. We're now in 2016, and you let somebody say that they invented slime, and they never heard somebody say that. So it's not me as an OG. I reserve that right not to have to correct him. But if you're a journalist, anybody, like if you're in this field, you're supposed to say, yo, listen, Lee, I
So
can't
what did
believe
Sway
Lee
say?
Hall.
BTW.
No, Sway apologized to me. It's the first time I ever called Sway, and
Why that happened, right?
And was like, I was salty.
Because you
I was like,
expected
I
him
ain't
to know
mad.
that.
I kept saying, I ain't mad, but I was salty. You know what I'm saying?
But
and,
I think we forget things.
and
Like I thought slime was a gang reference. Because when I was coming up, slob was the way Crips would refer to Bloods. They would call them slobs.
But what year?
This
No,
late- this
I know
late
that. That's
80s.
way back.
This-
But slime, when it started becoming a gang reference, is after I gave it to the. Because listen, I don't own publishing on any slang.
Yeah.
I made up Haterade. I made up Jump Off. I made up slime. I could go on for days, right? But you don't get publishing on fucking slang, right?
Well,
Like-
Jump Off's a big one.
but I'm not gonna get no publishing on it. But the thing is, you got to know who the author is. As long as you know who the author is, I don't mind.
I like all the
But-
ones that didn't get famous from you, N.O.R.E.
Like.
Hang, Chicken.
No, Hang is still famous. And
What
stuff.
about Chicken?
Oh, Hang Chicken Hood Chicken. Hang Hood Chicken. See, I was blogging before blogging.
By
was
the way,
cool.
I have one.
Was I blogging? But give me some love. Was I blogging before blogging was cool? I used to give on the 2 ways. I used to send a Hang.
I guess it was before
It was like
blogging. It
blogging
was.
was cool,
You would
right?
get the N.O.R.E.
I would give
two-way.
you. It was like my Instagram, my Twitter, in writing. Like, hey, fellas, this is what I'm doing today.
That's right.
I was before. I think I invented Twitter, man.
Yo, real shit. We used to be like, why is N.O.R.E. doing this?
N.O.R.E.
There would be
invented
people
Twitter,
be like, yo,
guys.
man, I'm like they would not want you to have their shit. Remember, you used to have to beat the shit. People would be like, yo, do not give
Give it to
N.O.R.E.
N.O.R.E.,
your
yeah.
shit. He gonna just send you random blurbs on your
And it was Twitter. It was Twitter, man. Yo, make some noise for N.O.R.E. in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Inventing
My
Twitter.
guest, Ebro,
Oh, N.O.R.E.
Laura,
Yeah.
and Rosenberg.
And
Thank
make
y'all
sure
for joining me.
Make sure you pick up Drunk
Make sure
Uncle,
you-
which is out Friday,
Drunk
and cop
Uncle.
this book.
Drunk Uncle out Friday, and not only that, we got the podcast Drink Champs out Friday as well. We got my bid book is online right now,
Ice is home,
Amazon.com.
too. Ice is home.
Welcome home, my brother.
There
It
you
is
go.
going down. Thank y'all for having me. Yo.